Still and silent, standing here. Time keeps moving, year by year. Something missing, can't explain. Power flowing through my veins. All these centuries alone on my thunder-stricken throne. Lightning strikes again, again. When will this cycle end? Time stands still in purple light. All the power, infinite height. Can't escape eternity. This is what I'm meant to be. But something's changing deep inside as thunder rolls and splits the sky. People praying down below to a God they'll never know. Behind these walls of rain, trying to break these chains. Every strike of lightning shows what this power really knows. Breaking through the pain, never been a sign. Time stands still in purple light. All the power, infinite height. Came to the end to end. It's kingdom, this is what I'm meant to be. But something's changing deep inside as thunder rolls and splits the sky.
Breaking through the cloud, finding what was lost below.
Inside this storm I finally know. Time stands still in purple light, but now I see with clearer sight. Breaking free, beyond the bounds of destiny, there's something more for me to be. More to be, more to need. The lightning shows a different way as time flows on another day.
Hello, party people. So, I was messing around with some of the I don't know what you call them, the boomerang videos. I just gotta fix the properties, but we could do that later. Like, in case you're wondering, that's what happened to the video for the Raiden Shogun song. It was supposed to loop, but I think it stopped. I'll figure it out. Okay, we're doing water sort. I don't know what level we're on. I'll probably put on some music or something. Let's see. Oh, there's more. There's that many levels. It's a lot of levels. Drop 15. Level 6. Let's go to level 6. So I was just watching the number one cyber. Those commercials are really good.
RT. You open that chest once and
I think they're really good. What's going on?
2-player game, so you need 2 controllers for that. There's no online multiplayer, so you gotta play 2 players. There's an achievement for opening chest, and this is not this chest. There's like a daily chesting that you can access from the level select menu by pressing RT. You open that chest once and you'll get an achievement. There is an achievement for customizing your views, which is there is an achievement for customizing your views, which is
put something on until I get stuck or whatever. We'll see. There's one favorite one that I like, and that was one of the first ones because it wasn't super long. Like it wasn't like a movie length video. It was only like 45 minutes. I thought that was like the perfect length, but apparently not. Maybe these women did their research. Maybe that's what it says. So many I haven't seen. Welcome to GL Audio Story. street roommate keeps sabotaging every girl I date. Now I know why. I think I saw parts of this.
Saving money feels right. Just like when things are packed tidy and tight. Get auto insurance.
About two people who have lived side by side, shared the same home, and been part of each other's lives for years, only to finally realize that they can no longer escape what lies between them. Sometimes, the thin line between friendship and love is where the strongest feelings are hidden. The first time I understood my roommate might be ruining my love life on purpose, I was standing in our kitchen with rain still dripping from my coat, staring at her like I had never seen her before, and Iris was stirring tomato sauce in my oversized t-shirt as calmly as if she hadn't just detonated my date. She glanced over her shoulder and said, "So, how did Maya take it when you canceled?" The problem was I had never canceled on Maya. I had been on my way to meet her when she sent me a short, chilly text that said, "It's okay. Your roommate already explained things." I remember the exact feeling that went through me. Not shock, not at first. Stillness, the kind that comes when your body understands something before your mind will let itself name it. Iris held my gaze one beat too long, then looked back at the stove. You looked exhausted," she said. "I saved you from a mediocre third date." Like that was a normal sentence. Like stepping into the middle of my almost relationship and cutting the cord with her own hands was just another small household decision, like buying oat milk or changing the sheets. If I'm being honest though, that wasn't really the beginning. It was just the first moment I couldn't soften into something prettier. Before that, I had spent a long time dressing Iris's behavior up in gentler words. Protective, over-attached, playful, bad with boundaries. I especially leaned on the word straight, because Iris used it so often it started to sound like part of the apartment itself. Fixed and structural and impossible to argue with. She said it while stealing fries off my plate, while climbing into my bed during thunderstorms, or while glaring at women who made me laugh too hard. "Relax," she would say when I caught that look on her face. "I'm straight, Nora. You're not my type. You're just my person." My person. She said it enough that the phrase took root in me. It explained too much. It explained why she knew the exact minute my social battery died at parties and would appear beside me with my coat before I even admitted I wanted to leave. It explained why she left notes on the coffee maker every Monday, because she knew I hated Mondays in a way that felt spiritual. It explained why we had grocery lists labeled hers, mine, and ours. It explained why she called if she was 10 minutes late getting home because, in her words, "You pace when I'm worried, and I don't need a groove in the floor." I let that phrase explain everything except the truth. I met Iris when we were 19 and trapped in the fluorescent misery of freshman orientation. I was sitting outside the auditorium, trying not to have the kind of panic attack that makes the room look far away, and she crouched in front of me and said, "If I tell you I'm also skipping the welcome speech, will that make you feel less guilty?" I laughed so hard I could breathe again. That was her gift. She could turn disaster into intimacy in under 30 seconds. We became inseparable, the reckless way people do at that age. Shared notes, shared late-night noodles, shared secrets you thought would never stop being the most important things in the world. She kissed boys like she was performing a trick she had mastered. I came out during sophomore year and cried in our dorm bathroom from sheer relief, and Iris held my face and said, "Good. Nobody gets to hand you a script you hate." I loved her for that. I loved a lot of things about her long before I admitted there was a more dangerous version of love waiting underneath. By 27, we had been living together for 4 years in a second-floor apartment with unreliable pipes, 2 stubborn plants, and a hallway light that only worked if you smacked the wall. Our lives were stitched together in 1,000 tiny ways. She bought my toothpaste without asking. I ironed her shirts when she forgot she owned an iron. She knew exactly when to leave me alone and exactly when to sit on my bed with tea and a stupid joke until I laughed. I knew which smile meant she was actually amused and which one meant she was hiding hurt with charm. Because I was out and dating and because Iris was supposedly straight, I told myself the blurred edges between us were survivable, maybe even sweet. Women loved each other fiercely all the time without it meaning anything romantic. Friends could be tender, friends could be possessive, friends could sleep in the same bed, share clothes, remember each other's coffee orders, and build a little domestic life so intimate it confused strangers. That didn't have to mean anything. Then came Maya. Maya was a civil engineer with clever eyebrows and a laugh that made other people lean closer. We met at a bookstore event, and for 2 weeks I floated. She liked old buildings, black coffee, and women who texted in full sentences. On the night of our 3rd date, I spent 40 minutes choosing an outfit while Iris sat cross-legged on my bed, pretending not to watch. Too much? I asked, holding up a burgundy top. For a woman who wears sneakers with dresses because comfort is apparently your religion? Yes. She tossed me a black sweater. This one. You're weirdly invested. I have eyes, she said. And Maya seems polished. If you show up looking like a lesbian raccoon, she'll think I let you out unsupervised. I laughed and changed. At the time, it felt familiar, almost comforting, the way she hovered in the doorway while I did my makeup. When I looked up, she was watching me with an expression I couldn't read. What? I asked. Nothing.
At the Home Depot, we've got 4th of July savings.
And all your appliance answers.
Yeah, this one really keeps me on my toes.
With Whirlpool, you're ready for the unexpected. Get a fridge that can flex to your needs and the all-new UV Clean feature that helps reduce bacteria. Find your appliance answers now at the Home Depot.
She smiled too fast. You look terrifyingly pretty. Try not to break anybody. I should have noticed then that she was the only person in my life who spoke to me like that. Maya and I were halfway through a lovely dinner when my phone buzzed with Iris's name. I declined the call. It buzzed again. Then again. Maya lifted a brow. She's dramatic, I said, already standing. If I don't answer after the 3rd call, she'll assume I've been murdered. I stepped outside into cold drizzle and answered with a sigh. Iris, I'm on my date. I know, she said, voice breathless. I'm sorry. The pipe under the sink burst. There's water everywhere. I tried to shut it off, but I don't know what I'm doing. Every annoyance vanished. What? I wouldn't call if it wasn't bad. By the time I got home, soaked and apologetic and carrying half my untouched dinner in a paper bag, the apartment was dry. The sink was fine. Iris was on the kitchen floor with a towel in her lap, looking pale. It stopped, she said quietly. I panicked. I guess it wasn't as bad as I thought. I stared at the perfectly normal sink. You said there was water everywhere. There was, for like 30 seconds. She looked down. I hate when you're not here and something goes wrong. I wanted to be angry, but she looked so shaken that my guilt outran my suspicion. I sat beside her on the floor. She leaned into me like that had been the point all along. Maya tried to be understanding. She really did. But the brightness between us dimmed after that. 2 dates later, she stirred her coffee and said, "You're wonderful, Nora, but every plan with you feels like I'm borrowing time from another woman." I bristled instantly. There isn't another woman. Maya gave me a sad little smile. Then why does your whole life bend around your roommate? I went home offended on principle and hurt on instinct. Iris was on the couch with damp hair and my gray socks on her feet because she stole them like other people stole lighters. She looked up immediately. How was it? It's over. What? Why? She shut her laptop too quickly. I thought you liked her. I did. She patted the cushion beside her. Then come here and let me tell you she had bad taste. I should have gone to my room. Instead, I sat, and she tucked herself into my side like muscle memory. When I said Maya thought there was someone else, Iris went still for one tiny beat before huffing a laugh. That's ridiculous. Is it? Yes, I'm your roommate, not your weird possessive husband. She said it jokingly, but the word possessive hung between us with too much weight. I tried again after Maya, a few app dates that fizzled for ordinary reasons. One girl who ghosted me after promising voice notes, another who canceled because, didn't your roommate need you that night? When I asked what she meant, she sent me a screenshot from an unknown number. She won't tell you this because she hates disappointing people, but she's not actually ready to date. Please don't make this hard for her. I didn't have an ex. I didn't have unresolved heartbreak. I just had Iris. Priya was the first person who said the quiet part out loud. Priya worked with me, had dry humor sharp enough to make meetings survivable, and had met Iris enough times to be both charmed and suspicious. One Friday after lunch, while I was pretending to care about font licensing, I told her about Maya, the weird message, and the general sense that my dating life kept collapsing for reasons that smelled faintly like my apartment. Priya leaned back and said, I mean this with love, but your roommate acts like a jealous girlfriend in a romantic comedy written by someone with attachment issues. I laughed because the alternative felt too loud. She's straight. Priya gave me the flattest look I had ever received from another human being. Okay, and I'm the Queen of Sweden. She dates men. So do a lot of women who are scared, confused, closeted, bored, or performing normality like it's community service. Iris isn't any of those things. Then what is she? My answer took too long. Priya saw that too. Nora, she said more gently, I'm not saying she's definitely doing it on purpose. I'm saying your whole life bends around her. And she likes it that way. That's not nothing. I left work with her words scratching under my skin. That evening, Iris and I ate Thai food on the living room rug because our table was buried under her event mood boards and my sketch samples. She stole tofu off my plate. I stole a spring roll off hers. She asked about my day, and when I lied and said it was fine, she nudged my foot with hers until I snorted. There she is, she said softly. I was starting to think work replaced you with a sad Victorian orphan. The affection in her voice was so effortless, it made my chest ache. I watched her talk with her hands, watched her tuck her hair behind one ear when she was thinking, watched the little crescent scar on her wrist catch the light. I had been careful with my attraction to Iris for years. Careful like it was a candle near curtains. Yeah, moments like that brought it to the surface, and I smothered it immediately, because wanting your straight best friend was a cliche I had too much pride to become. Then she reached over and wiped peanut sauce from the corner of my mouth with her thumb. Neither of us spoke for a second. You're hopeless, she murmured. Something hot and humiliating ran through me. I stood too quickly. I'm going to shower. She said my name softly as I walked away, and I hated how much I wanted to turn back. The next obvious disaster arrived wearing silver hoops and a perfect red lip. Chloe came to a friend of a friend birthday party in late August and laughed at one of my stupid jokes with genuine surprise, like she hadn't expected to want to like me. We spent most of the evening near the balcony doors, trading stories about bad professors and worse first kisses. She was witty, warm, a little sharp around the edges in a way I found magnetic. When she asked if I wanted drinks sometime, I said yes before I could overthink it. Unfortunately, Iris was at the same party. She hadn't wanted to come until I mentioned Chloe might be there. Then suddenly, she was sitting upright on my bed saying, "The girl who asked you out? I'm definitely coming. Someone has to make sure she deserves your devastating eye contact." At the party, the first half hour was fine. Iris vanished into another conversation, and I relaxed into Chloe's attention. We were talking about weekend plans when Iris appeared beside me like an elegant haunting and slid an arm around my waist.
Wow.
"There you are," she said to me. "Not Chloe." "I've been looking for you." Chloe's eyes flicked down to the arm around my waist, then back up. "Hi." Iris smiled with dazzling politeness. "You're Chloe. I'm Iris, Nora's roommate. Also the person who has to deal with her when she drinks tequila, so please keep her away from it unless you enjoy public crying." "I do not cry in public," I said. "You cried at that dog food commercial." "It was manipulative." Chloe laughed, but her smile had gone slightly careful. Iris kept her arm where it was. Every time Chloe and I found a rhythm, Iris interrupted with another intimate anecdote, another "remember when," another tiny detail only somebody inside my life could weaponize without looking like she was holding a knife. After 10 minutes, Chloe said she was going to the bar. I offered to come, but Iris's fingers tightened at my waist. "Actually," she said brightly, "I need Nora for 1 second." The moment Chloe was gone, I stepped away. "What are you doing?" "Talking to your date." "You were interrogating her." Iris blinked. "That's dramatic." "You inserted yourself into our conversation and started listing my vulnerabilities." She crossed her arms. "I was being charming." "You're welcome." "For what?" "For confirming she can't keep up." The answer startled both of us. I saw it happen, her own words landing back on her like an accusation. Her face shuddered immediately. "I didn't mean it like that," she said. "How did you mean it?" She looked away. "I don't know." But she did. I could feel that much even then. Chloe and I still made it out to the balcony later. The city was humid and glowing, and she leaned close enough that I could smell bergamot on her skin. "Your roommate really hates me," she said. "She doesn't." She looked like she wanted to throw me over the railing. I snorted, then stopped because Chloe wasn't entirely joking. "She's intense," I admitted. "Is she your ex?" "No." "Does she want to be?" I stared at her. "She's straight." Chloe made a small sound, half amused, half pitying. That wasn't my question. The next morning, I woke to her text. "You're lovely, but I don't do emotional entanglements with roommates. I hope you figure it out." Across the kitchen, Iris was slicing peaches over yogurt like she hadn't spent the previous evening detonating my chance at something that might have mattered. "Chloe doesn't want to see me again," I said. She set the knife down too carefully. Oh. "She thinks we're entangled." Pain flashed across her face. Then relief. Then shame, so quick I might have missed it if I didn't know her as well as I knew my own hands. "That's ridiculous," she said. This time, I didn't let her get away with it. "Then stop acting like I'm cheating on you every time I leave the apartment in lipstick." Color climbed into her cheeks, sudden and high. "That's not what I'm doing." "Then what are you doing?" She grabbed her bowl and walked out of the kitchen. It wasn't an answer, but it was the loudest thing she could have said. After that, home started feeling like a beautiful trap. We still did all the normal things. Laundry, groceries, arguing over whether the basil plant could be saved, but everything was edged. Every touch felt observed from the inside. When Iris passed behind me in the narrow kitchen, I noticed the heat of her body too acutely.
Dad, have you ever heard of a metaphor?
Yes, Reese.
We all know my life sucks. I ruined my job, my marriages. I don't really have any friends. That's not the metaphor yet. Ready? Things like gluing these tiles so they fit together perfectly is a metaphor for me fitting in with people. And these tools are a metaphor for you and all the things in life you're teaching me. Dad, you're a tool. A tool to help me build my life back.
I will always be your tool.
Life is unfair.
When I laughed at a message on my phone, she noticed. When she dressed for one of her brief, doomed dates with men, I hated the petty little flicker of resentment in myself and told no one. Those dates never lasted. She cycled through men the way some people cycled through shows. Brief fascination, immediate boredom, abrupt cancellation. One night she came home from a terrible dinner, dropped face first onto the couch and groaned. He kept touching my knee like he was checking if it was ripe. I laughed so hard tea almost came out my nose. She sat up grinning, then noticed the dating app open on my phone. You're back on there? Apparently. She hugged a cushion to her chest. Maybe don't. I looked up. Because? Because everyone on those apps is weird. So am I. Not in that way. There it was again. That conviction that she knew what kind of woman belonged beside me, as though the space next to me belonged to her to regulate. You don't get to tell me when to stop trying, I said. Her face changed. Hurt, then defense. I'm trying to help. No, you're trying to manage me. That night, a thunderstorm rolled over the city, the kind that rattled windows and made the whole apartment feel underwater. Around 2 a.m, there was a hesitant knock on my bedroom door. Nora, are you awake? I was. I always was during storms. Iris and I had spent enough years around each other to memorize each other's weather. Come in. She stepped inside wearing sleep shorts and one of my old college t-shirts, hair loose, face stripped of every daytime defense. I know this is pathetic, she said, but the thunder is making me homicidal. It's the opposite of pathetic to fear being murdered by the sky. That got me a faint smile. She hovered near the bed, and I pulled back the blanket without thinking. She climbed in with a sigh that was almost trembling. This had happened before, more than once. Nightmares, storms, bad days, heartbreaks. We had shared beds the way other people shared umbrellas, without ceremony, without examining it too closely. Usually I could survive it by turning my brain down low. That night, after everything had sharpened, it felt impossible. She lay facing me while lightning flashed silver across the room. Are you still mad? She whispered. Yes. Fair. Thunder cracked. She flinched, and then looked annoyed at herself for flinching. On instinct, I reached for her hand. She grabbed mine immediately, fingers cold and tight. I hate when you're upset with me, she said. I hate when you ruin things and then act confused about why I'm upset. A long silence, then very quietly, I don't know what happens to me. Then tell me what it feels like. She closed her eyes. Like there's a door closing somewhere, like I can hear it from across the apartment and I can't get there in time. The honesty in that sentence hit so hard I forgot how to speak. Scared of what? I finally asked. Her gaze dropped to our joined hands. You finding someone. You building a life that doesn't have room for me in it. My chest went tight. Iris. I know how that sounds. Her laugh had no humor in it. And before you say anything, I'm aware I'm apparently the worst kind of hypocrite because I keep telling you to date and then acting like a lunatic when you do. Why? For one impossible second, I thought she was going to say it. Instead, she looked at me with naked confusion and whispered, I don't know. That was almost worse. The next morning, she was bright and impossible again. She made pancakes. She kissed the top of my head in passing like she hadn't nearly confessed something life-changing in the dark. I let her. Maybe because I was angry. Maybe because part of me was a coward, too. 2 weeks later, Chloe texted me out of nowhere. She said she'd seen me near work and regretted how abruptly she'd ended things. She admitted she had liked me. She asked if I wanted to meet and clear the air. My stomach flipped in that humiliating, hopeful way I hated. I said yes. I didn't tell Iris until the day of. She was sitting on the counter eating cereal from a mug when I said casually, "I'm seeing Chloe tonight." The spoon stopped halfway to her mouth. "You are?" She reached out. "Oh." She set the mug down. "Why?" "Because maybe she wants to give this another chance." Iris laughed once, too sharp. "After what, exactly?" "After realizing you don't actually own me?" Her face drained. "That's low." "So is sabotaging my dates?" We stared at each other across the kitchen, years of domestic tenderness suddenly brittle as glass. "You're really going?" she asked. "Yes." "What if it goes badly?" "Then at least it'll be because of me." I left before she could answer. Chloe chose a wine bar with low lighting and candles in blue glass holders. It should have felt romantic. Instead, I arrived with my nerves already scraped raw. For the first 20 minutes, it was almost easy. She apologized for judging me too fast. I admitted my roommate situation was more complicated than I had handled well. Then Chloe reached for her glass, hesitated, and said, "I should probably tell you something before we go any further." A chill slid through me. "What?"
Make your browser fast. Make your browser safe. Make your browser Chrome. Choose Google Chrome for your computer.
Want to lose weight without losing muscle? Factor got me there. I was tired of all the cutting and bulking cycles, so instead of trying to out-diet myself, I swapped 1 or 2 meals a day for Factor. They're chef-made, so they're actually delicious and satisfying, but each meal is also portion-controlled and full of protein, so my calories stay in check without me losing muscle. I'm down 8 pounds in 8 weeks, all without feeling miserable or settling for bland, boring meal prep that took hours to make myself. This took me 2 minutes. No planning or cooking, so I'm not burning out. I'm actually staying consistent. If you care about performance and efficiency, this is the smarter way to lose weight.
Your roommate called me last night. Everything inside me went silent. She found my number in your texts, Chloe said carefully. She said you were fragile right now, that you get attached quickly when you're lonely, that she didn't want me hurting you by mistake. I felt heat rush to my face so fast it made me dizzy. She said that? Chloe nodded. Then she asked if I liked you enough to take responsibility for what happened if I made your home life weird. Her expression softened. Nora, I'm not mad, but this is not normal. No, it wasn't. I left before dessert, walked 3 blocks without feeling my legs, and got home barely holding myself together. Iris was on the couch with the TV on mute. She stood the second she saw my face. What happened? I laughed because if I didn't, I might start screaming and never stop.
Wow.
You tell me. Her expression faltered. You called Chloe, I said. Silence. You called her, I repeated, louder now. You found her number? You told her I was fragile? You told her you didn't want her making my home life weird? Are you out of your mind? I was trying to... No, don't say protect me. Don't say help me. Ugh, don't you dare. Her whole body stiffened. You don't understand. Then explain it. She opened her mouth, closed it. Her eyes were already shiny. That almost made me angrier. For months, every time I like someone, something happens. A weird message, a crisis, a scene at a party, a sudden problem only I can solve. And I kept defending you. Do you know how humiliating that is? Everybody else saw it before I did. I never wanted to humiliate you. Then what did you want? She looked at me with such raw misery that my anger almost wavered. Then she said, I wanted them gone. The room went still. I stared at her. Why? Because every time you liked someone, it felt like I was disappearing. The truth was finally here, uglier and sadder than I had imagined. That is not my fault. I know. Then why are you punishing me for it? I'm not punishing you. You blew up my dates. Because I can't stand it, she shouted, and then clapped a hand over her mouth because even now the neighbors existed. More quietly, raggedly. I can't stand watching you look at other women the way I... She cut herself off so hard her whole face crumpled. I took one step forward. The way you what? She shook her head, backing away now. Forget it. No, finish the sentence. I can't. Because you're straight? The word came out bitter enough to wound. Is that still what we're pretending? Her eyes flashed. I don't know what I am. The admission landed like thunder. She pressed a hand to her mouth as if she could push the words back in. You don't know, I repeated. But apparently, you know enough to act like every woman I touch is stealing something from you. She dropped her hand. Yes. That one word broke something open in me. Then say it clearly. I can't. You can. I can't, Nora. Her voice shredded on my name. Because if I say it, it becomes real. And if it becomes real, I ruin the only thing in my life I have never been able to live without. I had imagined that moment so many times, in so many private, shameful ways, and none of them prepared me for how much it would hurt to hear her choose fear over me in real time. You already ruined it, I said. She flinched like I had slapped her. I can't do this anymore. I can't keep being the safe place you crawl into while you torch every chance I have to be loved. You are loved. The words escaped her before she could stop them. I swallowed hard. By who? She didn't answer. I went to my room and locked the door. She didn't knock. The silence that followed was worse than screaming. For 3 days, we pretended we were polite strangers, renting adjacent grief. She left before I woke up. I stayed late at work even when I didn't need to. We communicated through sticky notes and one text about dish soap. Priya took one look at my face and dragged me out for coffee. What do you want? She asked after I told her everything. I stared into my cup. I want her to either tell me the truth or let me go. And if the truth is that she wants you but is too scared to choose you, then I still need her to choose. That night, the apartment smelled like rain and garlic. Iris was cooking when I came home, which felt almost cruel in its familiarity. You told me once nobody gets to hand me a script I hate, I said before I could stop myself. She froze. In the dorm bathroom, when I came out. I leaned against the doorway. Then why are you living inside one so hard you'd rather destroy us than step outside it? Her head bowed. Because I built my whole life around being easy to understand. What does that mean? It means men liked me. My family liked me liked by men. The world knew what to do with me that way. And every time something in me felt off script, I made myself smaller until it passed. She finally turned. Her eyes were red-rimmed. When you came out, I was so proud of you I could have exploded. And I was jealous of you in a way that made me feel sick.
Your old man was a twat, but at least he was tough. You, my son, you're soft.
I was soft. I got hard as soon as you killed my dad.
What?
Touch.
Treat.
Good boy. All right, that's enough for the day.
Wait. I think it's time you get me pet insurance. Based on my extensive research, Lemonade Pet Insurance can save you up to 90% on vet bills. That could really help us both in an emergency. You know how much I like to snack on some street food while I walk. It's bad for my health, but you can't beat those unique flavor combinations.
Who programmed these?
Go to lemonade.com/pet and check it out. You can customize your policy to suit your budget and my needs. Do it now.
Wow, okay. This looks pretty nice.
Walk,
Not right now.
walk, 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 walk. Treat hungry. Walk. Bathroom. Drink. Walk. Hungry. I need to pee. Drink.
My breath caught. Not because you got attention, she said quickly, because you knew something true about yourself, and I got very good at not knowing. The honesty tugged hard at every merciful part of me. I hated that mercy. I hated how quickly love rushed in to protect her even now. That doesn't excuse what you did. I know. Then what happens now? She looked at me like she wanted to say, "Don't leave. Choose me. Save me from myself." What came out instead was, "I don't know." That answer was starting to feel like a betrayal all by itself. 2 days later, she came home and found apartment listings open on my laptop. "What's that?" she asked. "Places nearby." "For who?" "For me." The look on her face will stay with me forever. Not dramatic, just stripped. "You're moving out?" "I might." "Because of me?" "Yes." She crossed the room fast, then stopped just short of touching me. "Don't do that." "What? Leave an apartment where my roommate sabotages my relationships and refuses to tell me why?" "Nora, please." The please undid me a little. I looked away. "I can't live inside this anymore." "I'll fix it." "How?" "I won't interfere again." "That's not enough." "I know." Her voice shook. "I just need time." Something hot and hopeless climbed my throat. "You have had years." I think that was the moment I understood something cruel and important. Love did not automatically make brave people out of us. Sometimes it just made cowards more inventive. That weekend, I stayed out as much as I could. Saturday night, when I got home after midnight, I found Iris asleep on the couch with every light on, my old knitted blanket wrapped around her shoulders. I could have gone to bed. Instead, I turned off the TV and moved to take the water glass from the table. Her eyes opened immediately. "Nora?" "Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you." She pushed herself up, hair a mess, voice rough with sleep. "Can you sit with me for a minute?" I should have said no. Instead, I sat in the armchair opposite the couch, putting the coffee table between us like a joke. Iris looked down at the distance and gave a sad little exhale. "You used to sit closer," she said. "You used to not call my dates behind my back." I deserve that. "Yes." She rubbed both hands over her face. "I keep trying to think of the exact point where this got out of control." "It was already out of control when you decided you had a right to interfere." "I know." She dropped her hands. "I think maybe it started long before that." She looked up at me. "Oh, in college, after your first date with a girl from the photography lab. You came back smiling so hard it was unbearable. And I remember thinking, oh, that's what it looks like when Nora might belong to someone else someday. And then I hated myself for thinking about you like that." I stared. "See?" she said with a miserable little laugh. "Ugly." "Why didn't you say anything?" "Because what exactly was I supposed to say?" "Hi, I know I've spent years telling you I'm aggressively heterosexual, but every time you fall for a woman, I feel like my skin doesn't fit right." Her smile vanished. "Also because you were happy, and I thought if I said anything, I'd lose you. You lost me anyway." "I haven't yet," she whispered. It was too much, too soft, too late. I stood abruptly. "I'm going to bed." As I reached the hallway, she said, "Well, I don't know how to be honest without changing everything." I paused with my back to her. Everything has already changed. 3 nights later, the power went out. One second, I was brushing my teeth. The next, the bathroom plunged into darkness, and I heard Iris curse from the living room. A citywide outage. Our apartment fell into that strange hush that only comes when every machine gives up at once. "I have candles," she called. "Of course you do. I contain multitudes." When I stepped into the living room, she was kneeling by the coffee table, lighting a vanilla candle from her emergency drawer. The flame caught her face from below, making her look beautiful and haunted. It felt absurdly like walking into a confession the universe had staged on purpose. We ended up sitting on the floor by the open window, letting cooler air in. The city outside was dark in a way I had never seen. Without the TV, without lamps, without our phones distracting us, there was nowhere for either of us to hide. "Do you remember the apartment hunt?" Iris asked quietly. "Why?" "Because we promised if living together ever stopped being safe, we'd say it." I looked at her. "You lied." Her inhale was shaky. "No, By the time it stopped being safe, I was already too deep in it." "Too deep in what?" She turned toward me slowly.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet Ares. This is the most sophisticated security program ever written. You want to shake his hand? Go ahead. He doesn't bite. Ares has billions of lines of code unique to him. Is it alive? That depends on your definition, Stuart. Because unlike you, he's biblically strong, lightning fast, and supremely intelligent. He is fully proprietary and 100% expendable. Ares is the ultimate soldier. He needs no food, no water, sheds no blood, and if by some miracle he is struck down on the battlefield, I will simply make you another.
You know, I did, but I needed her to say it. "Tell me," I whispered. She reached out so suddenly I forgot to breathe. Her fingers wrapped around my wrist, not hard, just enough to stop the distance from growing. "Nora," she said, voice breaking. "I have tried so hard to be the version of me that doesn't want this." Every hair on my arms lifted. "What is this?" Her eyes dropped to my mouth. When they came back up, they were wrecked. "You. Us. The way I think about you when you're asleep on the couch and I should go to my room, but I sit there instead because I can't stop looking at you. The way I hate every room you're laughing in if I'm not in it. The way I hear you say another woman's name and feel sick with it." A sound escaped me, half breath, half wound. "I know it's unfair," she said. "I know it's messy and selfish and probably insane. I know I should have told you sooner or shut up forever." "You don't get to say all that," I whispered, and then hide behind "I'm straight." Tears sprang into her eyes. "I don't know if I am." "Do you want me?" The question came out raw, almost angry. Her whole face changed, not shocked, not offended, just stripped. "Yes," she said. "'Cause God, yes." My pulse was beating against her fingers so hard it hurt. "Then why do I still feel like I'm dragging the truth out of you?" "Because I'm terrified." She said it with such naked misery that it broke me a little. "Because if I have this and lose it, I don't think I come back from that." I don't know which one of us leaned in first. Maybe neither. Maybe the distance simply failed under the weight of us. Her forehead touched mine. We stayed there shaking, eyes closed, breathing the same fractured air. "Please don't make me do this if you're not sure," she whispered. I laughed wetly. "I have been sure about you for a humiliatingly long time." Her breath caught. "But I'm not doing halfway," I said. "If you want me, you have to be honest." She nodded against my forehead. Then she kissed me. It was barely a kiss. More like a confession laid carefully over my mouth. Soft, trembling, almost reverent, Abba, and it changed the temperature of my entire life. I had imagined kissing Iris so many times I thought the real thing might disappoint me through sheer impossibility. Instead, it felt frighteningly inevitable. Then she jerked back like the kiss had burned her. "I can't," she said, standing so fast the candle flame flickered wildly. The rejection hit so hard I went cold. "You can't?" "No, that's not..." She dragged both hands through her hair. "I mean, I can't do this in the dark at midnight in the middle of a power outage like it's some fever dream I can pretend didn't happen tomorrow." "It won't be a dream tomorrow." "I know, that's the problem." Anger came roaring back so fast it almost saved me. "Then what was the point of any of that?" "I'm asking for one night to think."
Wow.
"One night? After years?" Her face crumpled. "Please." I stared at her, at the woman I loved, at the woman who loved me badly enough to blow up my life, and still couldn't step fully into the truth. "Fine," I said finally. "Think." The next morning, she was gone before sunrise. No note, no text, just an empty apartment full of her afterimage. Around noon, Priya found me glaring at my computer hard enough to scare it. "You look murder adjacent," she observed. I kissed Iris. Priya almost dropped her sandwich. After I told her everything, she leaned back and said, "That is simultaneously the gayest thing I've ever heard and absolute nonsense." I know. She's terrified. I know. She's also being selfish. I know. Priya softened. Knowing why doesn't mean you owe her patience." That sentence steadied me more than I expected. By the time I went home, I had made one decision. I was done chasing clarity. If Iris wanted me, she was going to have to walk toward me on purpose. She came home after 9. I was on the couch pretending to read. She stopped in the doorway like she'd hit glass. "Can we talk?" she asked. "You have about 5 minutes before I start charging by the hour." A broken little laugh escaped her. She sat on the other end of the couch, leaving a gulf between us. "I'm sorry." I waited. "For kissing you and panicking. For everything before that." Her hands twisted together. "I know, sorry doesn't fix it." "No," she nodded. "I thought all day about what you said, about halfway, about honesty. I can tell you I want you because that part is true. I can tell you I think I've wanted you for years in a way that scared me so badly I turned it into control. I can tell you I've been cruel because I was jealous and selfish because I was afraid, and that every woman who touched your life felt like proof I had waited too long." My heart pounded so hard it made me nauseous. And I still don't know how to call myself something new overnight. This isn't about a label. I know, but it kind of is for me. Her voice trembled.
4th of July savings are at the Home Depot. It's game time, so trim it like Trey, set it like Seth, and sear it like Selena. Make every gathering one worth cheering for, with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot.
Work and play without delay. Choose the browser engineered for speed.
Okay, I get the gist of it.
If I admit I'm not who I thought I was, I have to grieve that version of me. And I'm trying to do that without dragging you through more of my confusion. That answer was better, more honest. It still wasn't enough. I'm not asking you to become perfectly self-actualized by breakfast, I said. I'm asking whether you're willing to choose me in reality, that not just in panic. She looked at me with such yearning it hurt. I want to. The gap between want and will had never felt wider. I stood. Then when you're ready to say yes instead of almost, let me know. I love you. I have for longer than I should admit. That is exactly why I cannot be the practice round for you figuring out if this is real. She stared at me, stunned into stillness. So no more midnight almosts, I said. No more territorial meltdowns. No more calling women on my behalf. If you want me, choose me while the lights are on. For the next week, Iris did the one thing I had asked and the one thing I hated. She stopped. No sabotage, no hovering, no reaching for me in passing. She became so meticulously respectful of my space that it felt like losing circulation. She knocked before entering rooms she used to wander into. She texted before asking if I'd be home for dinner. She sat on the far side of the couch and kept her hands to herself, like touching me might break some treaty. I had wanted distance. It turned out distance from Iris felt less like peace and more like frostbite. Still, I held my line. When a woman from work invited me to a gallery opening, I said yes. Not because I wanted to go that badly, because I needed to remember I was still allowed to live outside the gravitational field of our apartment. Iris heard me on the phone making plans and didn't say a word. The silence was worse than any protest. That Friday, I came out of my room in a navy dress and found her in the kitchen opening a bottle of sparkling water. She looked up, and for 1 second, all her restraint vanished. Her gaze traveled over me with something so naked in it, I almost forgot how to move. "You look beautiful," she said quietly. I held her eyes. "Thank you." She nodded once. "Have fun." That was it. No sabotage, no invented crisis, no careless cruelty disguised as concern. Just a woman standing in our kitchen looking like she was holding her own ribs shut. The gallery was fine. My date was lovely. I lasted 40 minutes before realizing I was spending the entire evening wondering whether Iris had eaten dinner. I hated myself for it. I told my date I wasn't in the right headspace and left early. When I got home, the apartment was dark except for the stove light. Iris sat on the kitchen floor with her back against the cabinets, knees drawn up, my old sweatshirt hanging off one shoulder. Her cheeks were wet. I dropped my bag and crouched in front of her. "Why are you crying on the floor?" She laughed weakly. "Because I'm trying to do the right thing and it feels like being skinned." My anger was still real. So was my love. In moments like that, they lived side by side so intimately I couldn't separate them. "Talk to me," I said. Another shaky breath. "You went out looking like that, and I didn't stop you. I didn't ruin anything. I didn't even ask who she was. And I know that is the bare minimum, but it felt like standing still while someone lowered me into freezing water." Pain moved through me, sharp and immediate. "Why are you telling me this?" "Because I need you to know I'm trying. Not to earn points. Just because I promised myself if I was going to lose you, I would at least stop lying." Something inside me gave way. I sat down beside her on the floor. For a second, she only stared at me. Then, like she couldn't help it, she leaned sideways until her shoulder touched mine. It was the first unsolicited contact in a week, and it nearly undid me. "I left early," I admitted. She turned her head slowly. "Why?" "Because I didn't want to be there." Hope flickered across her face, so bright it was almost painful. "Don't," I said quickly. "Not unless you mean it." She looked at her hands. "I do mean it. That's the problem." "No, the problem is that you mean it privately and panic publicly." That landed. She nodded. "You're right." We sat in silence for a moment. Then she said, "Do you remember when I broke my ankle junior year?" I huffed a laugh. "When you tried to jump a fence after 2 margaritas because some guy said you looked delicate?" He was insulting my brand. "You cried harder over missing intramural soccer than over the actual bone situation." She smiled, despite herself. You slept on the floor next to my bed for 3 nights because the painkillers made me sick and you were scared I'd fall if I got up. You were a nightmare patient. I know, she swallowed. That was the first time I thought, if I'm not careful, I'm going to spend the rest of my life orbiting this woman. The honesty in her voice cracked something open again. And then what? I asked. And then I kept not being careful. She turned to me fully. I'm done pretending this is confusion in the abstract. I want you. I love you. I am terrified. All 3 things are true. The world narrowed to her face. I searched it for hesitation, for retreat, for any sign this was another emotional tide that would pull back by morning. I found fear, yes, but under it, something steadier. Then say the part that matters, I whispered. She knew exactly what I meant. Her throat worked. I want to choose you. I held still. Want to? Her eyes filled again, frustrated at herself. I'm trying to say it right. There is no right. There is for me. She drew in a breath that shook. I choose you. The sentence was so simple, it still felt seismic. Before I could answer, she added almost fiercely, I choose you even though I'm scared. I choose you even though I don't know what name fits me yet. I choose you even if you're still too hurt to believe me tonight. I choose you because every version of my life that doesn't have you at the center feels like punishment. I should have made her wait. Should have protected myself with something measured and adult. Instead, I reached up and cupped her face. Her eyes closed instantly, like my touch was a prayer answered too late to be easy. I'm still angry, I said. I know.
Your summer just got a lot hotter. Love Island UK streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Sign up now.
Now we gotta go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Mimi, where's the golf cart?
There it is. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
You don't get points for the fact that I love you anyway. I know. You make me insane. A watery laugh escaped her. I know that too. I kissed her then, because some truths deserve an answer more physical than language. This kiss was nothing like the one in the blackout. Not cautious, not accidental. It was months of frustration and years of tenderness, and too many nights spent pretending we were only roommates with a shared grocery budget. Her hands found my waist like they had been memorizing the route in secret. Mine slid into her hair. She made a sound against my mouth that was half sob, half relief, and I felt it everywhere. When we broke apart, she stayed close, forehead to mine. I'm sorry. For Maya. For Chloe. For every time I let my fear make me cruel. You should be. I know. I almost laughed. Instead, I kissed the corner of her mouth. If Chloe ever sees me again, I might die of embarrassment. That finally got a real laugh out of her. I'll send her an apology basket. You are not allowed to contact any woman I've ever flirted with again. Understood. Not even by carrier pigeon. Harsh, but fair. The laughter dissolved into something softer. We were still on the kitchen floor, knees touching. The apartment around us unchanged and utterly different. What happens now? She asked. I thought about the hurt we would still have to repair, the habits she would have to unlearn, the fact that loving each other did not erase the damage already done. But for the first time in weeks, the future did not look like a locked door. It looked like work worth doing. Now you tell me the truth when you're scared instead of setting fires, I said. She winced. Deserved. And now we do this like adults. Which part of us suggests adulthood? The rent payments? That got a laugh. Then she took my hand and pressed it against her heart. It was pounding. I'm still terrified, she admitted. I know. Are you? Yes. That seemed to comfort her. She asked how long I had loved her. I told her the humiliating truth, that it probably started the first time she climbed into my bed during sophomore year because she said her dorm room smelled haunted. She burst out laughing and then went quiet and wrecked when she realized I was serious. We're really tragic, she murmured.
Wow.
Deeply.
I apologize. I'm really fucking interested in this. I don't know why. I don't know what this Rose Everly has done to me, but I don't know when did this whole thing start? Like, because everyone seems to use the same characters. Like, are they all a part of like the same company yet? I don't know, man. Where is it? The trophy doesn't pop. So weird to me. Oh, it's almost over. I'll minimize that for a sec. I don't see why this trophy's not happening.
That feels much better. Pure, clean, and ready for action. Throw me in the dirt? Big mistake.
All red. And the achievements are basically finishing a bunch of levels. So you get 250 stars. Each level has a maximum of 3 stars available. And this is based on the number of moves. So if you do, like, if the 3-star requirement is 5 moves and you do 6 moves, you'll get 2 stars. If you do like 10 moves, you'll get 1 star. If you do more than that, it's also possible to get a 0 star. There is an achievement for getting a 0 star. It's kind of hard to do with the solution in hand, but I wasn't able to figure out a 3-star solution for every level. So some of these are at 2 stars, some of these are at 3 stars. So if you do the math, if you 3-star everything, 250 stars is about 84 levels. So 83 levels get you to 249, right? Is that right? Yeah. And then, but I 7-8 more levels, and you'll notice for liquid 150 can you there's like a daily controllers for that. There's no online multiplayer, so you gotta play 2 players. There's an achievement for opening chest, and this is not this chest. There's like a daily chesting that you can access from the level select menu by pressing RT. You open that chest once and you'll get an achievement. There is an achievement for customizing your views, which is you press Y on the level select and you buy it. I believe the cheapest item is 1500 coins.
Okay, this is not the actual chest apparently. Okay, I don't know what this is, but hey, whatever. this do? Does it permanently take my stars away? Huh. Back it up just in case. So 1500, how much do I owe? I don't know. See what happens when I open that chest. See my alt accounts, guys. All these alt accounts. I just have one. You never know. I'm gonna load that back in case I need the stars. What's going on here? Oh, we're actually playing. What happens if I just go slow? Because it's not based on moves, right? Is it based on time as well? happens when the time runs out. That's interesting. I think these look doable. It's just gonna take time, and oh, that's a lot. 250 stars is a lot of fucking stars, man. That's all I gotta say. Especially when you're not getting 3 on everyone. I guess I don't know how to count my steps. Okay, let me just back this out. Let me put my stars back. I already got the trophy, so it doesn't fucking matter. We're gonna upload this time. No, wait, we're gonna download, excuse me. Don't get those mixed up. I don't know. I'm debating whether to leave that one there. Because if I ban shit, will I remember to do it? I think I will. Because I go through those lists a lot. And just when I'm bored or whatever, I go through the lists. Okay, this is one sack, right? Yeah, it should be. Color, water, sort. Guys, we're down to 9. It's pretty good. Void Miner is actually like a roguelike shoot 'em up. So it should be good. Bad Driver is actually fun. So I'm looking forward to it. Let me figure out what Kiting Cat is about later on. And maybe we could do these two right here. I don't know how long it's gonna take these dudes 30, but especially these two. Like, we should be okay with this one. Most FMV games are somewhat simple on the trophy list. Okay, sounds good. Let me just see where it puts it. Oops. Ship it. Gotta ship it. Oh, it's not in the bottom. Oh, there it is. Okay. So the reason I'm not looking this up online is because it only has a PS4 stack, and on the PlayStation Store itself, on the console, it would tell me whether there's a PS5 version. But for some reason I have the PS4. Sometimes I have them, sometimes I don't. Just if you just want to make sure, just just type it in. But yeah, I still managed to miss out on a lot of the other stacks because I just forget to search them, like how I would think. I would think PlayStation will help me with that, but apparently not, or help all people with that. Did I get a platinum with this? The hell is this? And it says I have it. I don't see the trophies though. Where's the damn trophies? $2.09. Okay. There are things happening right now with people I know. Things happening. Let's log out of this. We don't need it anymore. Okay. It's only been 1.5 hours. Wow. Alright. Let's get back in streaming mode. First we gotta finish this, so yeah. Gotta finish it. Oh no, that's gonna close it.
We know you appreciate precision. That's why USAA gets the details right.
Dad, can I take the car? About 2 people who have lived we were only roommates with a shared grocery budget. It was pounding. After a while, she whispered and flipped under the blanket. Good. It's exhausting. That night, she slept in my bed, not under the excuse of a storm or a nightmare or a bad day, but because she asked and I said yes. We brushed our teeth side by side in stunned silence and laughed at ourselves for how shy we suddenly were. When she slipped under the blanket beside me, it felt absurdly intimate, more intimate in some ways than the kisses. We had shared beds before, but always under another name. This time, there was nowhere to hide. After a while, she whispered into the dark. I used to think being straight was the safe answer because it kept certain doors closed. I traced a line over her wrist. And now? Now I think I used it like a locked room. She kissed my hair. And you've been standing outside it this whole time. I'm not interested in being outside anymore. You won't be. Her arm tightened around my waist. I'm done bolting the door. The next morning felt less like a dream than I had feared, and more like the first morning after surviving something. We woke tangled together, blinked at each other in pale sunlight, and then simultaneously froze as the reality hit us again. Iris was the first to grin. Well, she said, voice rough, this is inconvenient for my entire heterosexual brand. I laughed so hard I had to bury my face in her shoulder. She held me through it, are shaking with laughter too, and something inside me loosened fully for the first time in months. That didn't mean everything magically became easy. We set rules over coffee at the kitchen table. No sabotage, no speaking for me, no using fear as an excuse to control me. If she panicked, she talked. If I got hurt, I said it instead of swallowing it until it turned sharp. Then we told Priya before she started a private investigation. Priya listened to the whole story with her mouth hanging open, then pointed at Iris and said, I'm still mad at you. I'm mad at me too, Iris said meekly. Good. Stay there. Then Priya pointed at me. And you. I'm thrilled for you, and also deeply annoyed you were right about the pining. I covered my face. Iris looked at me with delighted betrayal. You told people you pined? No. Liar, Priya said. Before we left, Priya squeezed my arm and said quietly, Happy does not mean careful stops mattering. I know. She looked at Iris. Don't make her regret this. To Iris's credit, she didn't joke. I won't. Trust didn't repair itself in a weekend. Some wounds had to heal in ugly stages. There were moments when old patterns reached for us by reflex. Once, a woman complimented me at a cafe, and I felt Iris tense beside me. Instead of turning sharp, she squeezed my hand under the table and whispered later. That made me jealous, and I hate that about myself. I kissed her temple. Thank you for telling me instead of staging a plumbing emergency. She laughed and looked embarrassed. Progress. There were harder moments too. One evening, while looking for a concert ticket she had saved in her phone for me, I found an old screenshot of Chloe's number in her deleted photos. The sight of it brought back a wave of humiliation so strong I had to sit down. When I told Iris why I had gone quiet, she didn't defend herself. She sat on the floor at my feet and let me tell her exactly how violated I had felt, exactly how stupid, exactly how much anger still lived in the corners of loving her. She cried. I cried. No one stormed out. We stayed. That, more than the kissing, made this feel possible. And there was kissing. Enough to make up for lost time without ever feeling like we were trying to erase the years before. Iris kissed like she did everything important with total concentration. In doorways. In the laundry room while the dryer hummed because she walked in and found me folding towels and said, "You're offensively domestic," before backing me against the machine. On slow Sunday mornings when she looked at me like she still couldn't quite believe I was real. The first time she called me her girlfriend, it happened by accident. We were at a small dinner party hosted by one of her coworkers. Somebody asked how we knew each other. Iris opened her mouth, then said with total unthinking ease, "She's my girlfriend." The room did not explode. Nobody fainted. The world simply continued while mine shifted under my feet in the best possible way. Iris realized what she had said about half a second later and looked at me, startled. Sorry, I mean, if that felt... I kissed her cheek before she could spiral. It felt nice. The relief on her face was almost comic. Yo, okay, good.
Watch the FIFA World Cup 2026 live on Fox with YouTube TV or on Fox One, available with YouTube. Sign up now. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
I got you right where I want you.
In the far future, there are no TVs, just beautiful and totally not boring nature everywhere. Oh, and giant robot dinosaurs, of course. But you're not here to listen to me. This is a game, not an audiobook.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Bricks are gonna fly! Pow! Time for a paddle!
Because I'd very much listened fully and beside me. Instead of turning sharp, she squeezed my hand under the table and whispered later. That made me jealous, and I hate that about myself. I kissed her temple. Thank you for telling me instead of staging a plumbing emergency. She laughed and looked embarrassed. Progress. There were harder moments too. One evening, while looking for a concert ticket she had saved in her phone for me, I found an old screenshot of Chloe's number in her deleted photos. The sight of it brought back a wave of humiliation so strong I had to sit down. When I told Iris why I had gone quiet, she didn't defend herself. She sat on the floor at my feet and let me tell her exactly how violated I had felt, exactly how stupid, exactly how much anger still lived in the corners of loving her. She cried. I cried. No one stormed out. We stayed. That, more than the kissing, made this feel possible. And there was kissing. Enough to make up for lost time without ever feeling like we were trying to erase the years before. Iris kissed like she did everything important with total concentration. In doorways. In the laundry room while the dryer hummed because she walked in and found me folding towels and said, "You're offensively domestic," before backing me against the machine. On slow Sunday mornings when she looked at me like she still couldn't quite believe I was real. The first time she called me her girlfriend, it happened by accident. We were at a small dinner party hosted by one of her coworkers. Somebody asked how we knew each other. Iris opened her mouth, then said with total unthinking ease, "She's my girlfriend." The room did not explode. Nobody fainted. The world simply continued while mine shifted under my feet in the best possible way. Iris realized what she had said about half a second later and looked at me, startled. Sorry, I mean, if that felt... I kissed her cheek before she could spiral. It felt nice. The relief on her face was almost comic. Yo, okay, good. Because I'd very much like to keep using it. Later that evening, I ended up in the kitchen talking to another woman about terrible landlords. Iris glanced over from across the room. Her mouth tightened for the briefest instant. Then she looked away and let me finish my conversation in peace. In the rideshare home, she rested her head on my shoulder and muttered. I was jealous for like 30 seconds. Only 30? I'm healing. I laughed. And then I remembered you came with me. Her fingers laced through mine. That felt better than panic. By October, our apartment had changed in invisible ways. Her toothbrush lived beside mine now, not because she sometimes slept in my room, but because she almost always did. She still left notes on the coffee maker. I still ironed her shirts. The difference was that now when she called me her person, she kissed me after. One Sunday, we cleaned out the hall closet and found an old box of college photos. We sat on the floor surrounded by dust and memories, laughing at our younger selves. There I was in enormous glasses and tragic scarves. There was Iris leaning over my dorm desk, grinning straight at the camera like she already knew she would get away with everything. I picked up a graduation photo of me in cap and gown with Iris behind me, chin on my shoulder, arms looped around my waist. We looked ridiculous and happy, and in retrospect, alarmingly coupled. You could have saved us both a lot of trouble, I said. She smiled ruefully. I know, but then we wouldn't have this beautiful roommates to idiots arc. We were already idiots. Fair. Not everything became easy. Some evenings, she still got quiet after calls with her mother, who asked careful little questions that came wrapped in expectations. Some mornings, I still woke up angry about Maya, about Chloe, about all the time I had spent teaching myself not to hope for Iris. But we kept choosing honesty over performance, and the bruises started to fade. A few months later, I ran into Maya outside a bookstore. We talked for 5 minutes under the awning while rain tapped the sidewalk. She asked how I'd been. I hesitated, then laughed. Complicatedly better. Her eyes warmed. You figured it out?
I'm starving. I'm so hungry. I've got a Factor box in the mail, so I'm gonna go grab that. Big old box there. Oh, I love Factor. You guys know I literally love Factor. They're a meal delivery service, and they make eating healthy so easy and convenient. I have used Factor now, I feel like, because it was before Bryson, so it's been about over 4 years, like a little over 4 years, maybe even 5 at this point. But they are so amazing, and they've grown so much, and I'm so proud of them because they have the best meals, like so good, 2-minute meals, and they've expanded to like a huge menu. They've got breakfast options now, smoothies, like I said, 2-minute meals, over 100 different rotating menu options too, so you're never really bored. There's some staples that I typically get, which I'll show you. They are literally such good food. Clean ingredients, real food. There's no artificial colors, flavors, high fructose corn syrup, or any of that stuff. No refined seed oils. You leave feeling full. Like, you know when you get like a meal service, like it's not good, it's not, you don't feel satisfied. Like these are jam-packed with flavor. They're so high in protein, real food, and it literally takes me 2 minutes. Like I was saved by them in the NICU when Bryson was born because we just had no time. We were like in and out of the hospital for 3 months and holding a lot emotionally. So these were amazing to just have in the fridge and pop in the microwave whenever we needed it. And we were eating good whole source foods, vegetables, like they're jam-packed with nutrients. They're designed by dietitians. I'm a big believer that eating healthy shouldn't come at a cost, and time for me is how I think about my cost.
I thought of Iris at home, probably stealing slices of cheese while pretending she was waiting patiently for me to bring bread. I thought of candlelight and kitchen floors and the first shaky yes. Eventually. When I got home and told Iris about the encounter, she winced so hard I almost felt bad for her. I deserve public shaming, she muttered. You do. I'm never recovering from the secondhand embarrassment of being the villain in multiple lesbians' origin stories. I stepped between her and the counter. You were scared and selfish and a complete menace, but you're not the villain. She looked at me with that strange, soft gratitude she got now whenever I let Mercy win. You're unnervingly generous. Don't push it. Wouldn't dream of it. She kissed me slow and warm, and I realized something simple. The ache was not gone, but it had changed shape. It no longer felt like a wound. It felt like scar tissue, tender and real and proof of healing instead of harm. Winter came early that year. On the first truly cold night, the radiator started clanking like it was haunted again. Iris emerged from her room wrapped in a blanket burrito and announced, I am migrating to the warmest bed in the apartment. That would be mine. It has you in it, so statistically, yes. I laughed and lifted the covers. She dove in with theatrical relief, cold feet and all. You are an act of service, she declared into my shoulder. You used to say that while insisting you were straight. She groaned. Are you going to hold that over me forever? Potentially. She tipped her head back to look at me. Even half buried in blankets, she was unfairly lovely. For the record, I don't think I was lying exactly. I think I was describing the room I thought I had to stay in. I brushed hair from her forehead. And now? Now I think loving you is the first thing I've ever done that felt like opening a window instead of closing a door. There are sentences people say to you that you carry forever. That was one of mine. I kissed her slow enough to make her sigh. When we settled again, she tucked herself under my chin and traced lazy circles over my ribs. Do you ever think, she murmured sleepily, about how close I came to losing you because I was too afraid to admit I wanted you? Yes, I said honestly. She went still. And then I think about how you stayed long enough to learn better. Her breathing softened, relieved. I'll keep learning. I know. That was the thing in the end. Love did not arrive in my life wearing perfect certainty and clean timing. It arrived looking like my roommate, barefoot in the kitchen. Jealous and terrified and trying so hard it made me furious. It arrived in apologies that had to become actions to matter. It arrived in midnight confessions and daylight choices. It arrived messy enough that I almost missed it because I kept waiting for something simpler. Sometimes I still think about the girl I used to be, the one who believed longing was safer if nobody named it. I want to reach back through time and tell her the truth. That one day, the woman she loved would stand in their kitchen with tear-streaked cheeks and finally say, I choose you. That it would be late and imperfect and worth every brutal second it took to get there. That some endings begin by burning down the lie you were living in. Last week, Iris came home carrying groceries and a bundle of winter tulips. She set them on the counter like it was nothing. What are those for? I asked. She looked offended. I have a girlfriend. I contain romance. Did you buy me flowers because you forgot the yogurt again? She glanced at the bags. That is unrelated. I laughed so hard I had to sit down. She came over, hooked a finger under my chin, and kissed me until I forgot all about yogurt and grocery lists and the old ache of almosts. Then she touched her forehead to mine, smiling in that quiet, certain way that still undid me. Come here, my girl, she whispered. There were 1,000 reasons that phrase could have hurt once. Possession mistaken for love, nearness without courage, being claimed only in private. But now, in the warm gold light of our kitchen, with tulips on the counter and dinner waiting and the future finally speaking plain, it meant only what I had wanted all along. I went.
What was that last one? Hold on.
It arrived in apologies that had to become It arrived sometimes I did. That one day, second it took. She set them on the counter like it was nothing. What are those for? I asked. She looked offended. I have a girlfriend. I contain romance. Did you buy me flowers because you forgot the yogurt again? She glanced at the bags. That is unrelated. I laughed so hard I had to sit down. She came over, hooked a finger under my chin, and kissed me until I forgot all about yogurt and grocery lists and the old ache of almosts. Then she touched her forehead to mine, smiling in that quiet, certain way that still undid me. "Come here, my girl," she whispered. Love, nearness without courage, being claimed only in private. But now, in the warm gold light of our kitchen, with tulips on the counter and dinner waiting and the future finally speaking plain, it meant only what I had wanted all along. I went.
I'm still missing that last
And the
one.
old ache of almosts. Then she touched her forehead to mine, smiling in that quiet, certain way that still There were 1,000 reasons that phrase could have hurt once. Possession mistaken for love, nearness without courage, being claimed only in private. But now, in the warm gold light of our kitchen, with tulips on the counter and dinner waiting and the future finally speaking plain, it meant only what I had wanted all along. I went.
It just kind of cuts off there. Kind of disappointing. The falling action after the climax. Not that kind of climax, okay? Not that kind. Okay. Oh, this was one of the monthly games, by the way. I'm working on this one. It's alright. There's a lot of random ass trophies I don't really want to get into right now. Yeah, I should work on something here. I'll probably check out Kiting Cat. It's cross-by, so we got time. We got time. It's still we're still waiting on the sale to end next Wednesday. Is it next Wednesday? It is next Wednesday. Okay. I hope the next sale is a little bit more reasonable with the easy platinum games. I hope there's more that I actually haven't done yet. Eventually I'm gonna hit that wall. You know I'm gonna hit it. Then we'll see what I do. It'll be a test. Right now we got 5160. I think that's pretty good. I don't know why I count it by platinums if I also do 100%. Like, I feel like if I put the total trophies at, no one would know what that means. And the PlayStation level, the 999 one, it stops after that. Should keep going. It should go till 9,999. This is my opinion, though. Or maybe something even, like, I don't know, like 10,000 or something like that. You don't want people to actually attain it until, like, some person's crazy enough to attempt it. Did you start a contest for that? Some sort of tournament. They did have one for Xbox. I'm not sure if you guys remember that. Like the first player to reach 1 million gamer score. His secret was playing a lot of FMV games on his phone, and they would be like visual novels and stuff. Like, oh, this. He basically raided the entire East Asian area looking for these fucking. I don't know if they're considered easy achievements or not, but I'm not sure. I'm so mad about this fucking Cook the Word game, man. I gotta figure out how to do this. Is that still in there? It's not still in there, is it? Did I leave it in there? Where'd I put it? I think it was, is it here? Okay, it is. Is it 2 sacks? Yeah, okay. In case you guys are wondering, this Swingers game list is at least 2 sacks, PS4, PS5. This is basically what we get today, around these days. Let's have one of different subscription plans. These are single stack, mostly PS4. Very much mostly PS4. I think it's 100 games the max can have, so I gotta figure something out. I would put number 1, number 2 on there or something. What do I want to do, damn it? Should we check in on Genshin? Is there anything to check in about? Like I used the last resin like midnight last night, something like that. Life is crazy, man. I feel like I missed out on a lot in life ever since I was asked to stay here. Like I think I'm past being mad about it. I think it's mostly just being disappointed about the whole thing. Like what I wanted didn't matter. But I get it. In terms of East Asian families, etc., I get it. I just wish someone could have told me in advance. Maybe I was supposed to have that conversation or ask earlier than I thought. Well, obviously I didn't move or wasn't planning to move during 2020, obviously. But like when 2021, 2022 hit, it was like, all right, we survived. My work here is done. This is my opinion about what happened. It was just what other choice was there? The problem is there wasn't a choice. There was a command. At least feign like it was a choice. So let's just pretend a little bit. Like butter me up, you know? Make it seem like I'm volunteering for it when I'm not. Why am I the only one that thinks about this stuff? I don't know, man. Okay, let me see what Cutting Cat's about. Serve cats. You cannot find the view product. That's not a good sign. Okay. Cutting Cat. Where's this shit? $20-minute $5 cross by Cat Sobokan. Okay, this one. Okay. I think we're gonna go through this. I don't mind. Scorpio again? Holy shit. Poser Mobile has it. Okay. Okay. I think I'll take care of some gambling stuff, guys. I know I've been going pretty hard on that, but it helps. Helps with everything when I'm winning, at least. But it helps with covering the PlayStation wallet. Because I was just telling, I don't know how to refer. I was just telling Shannon that every time I like bet, or, you know, buy in with $5, I'll put $5 into the PlayStation wallet. So ideally, it's like a 1-to-1 exchange. But I try to do it every time, but sometimes it's just not enough winnings. So, but the point is, you somehow keep track of both, so you kind of have a bigger chance to get more, or it's a way to make it even funner. I don't know. Because statistically, it should be a one-sided loss. But if you're winning, then it's not as bad. Like, it's not about keeping profit or anything. It's about depositing. Hopefully only in the PlayStation wallet. But yeah. I'm just kind of tired. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna bookmark this one with Poster Mobile.
I am the center of the universe. The only emperor of the galaxy. Take him away.
As you command, my lord.
I am ready. Stand up.
Look at the technology.
How's it going, everybody? Poser Mobile here, bring you another absolute banger of a platinum. Today, we've got another one.
Absolute banger of a platinum. Are these fucking screenshots or what? Wait, this is... What kind of screen is this? Is this like the PlayStation Universe screen? The hell is this? Are these clouds? Is this a desert? Why is it red in the center? I don't know what this is, man. Like, is there anyone out there that knows what this is? Is it Aurora Borealis? This stuff is only red. That could happen, right? Okay. Oops. Oh, I'm glad I picked this one up. 20 minutes like nothing in the world of video gaming. I'm gonna wait on that to download. When you're winning, it's great. When you're losing, it's horrible. Such is life. My bad. Okay. I could do this right now, but I don't feel like it. We hit 2 hours. I can either end stream now or take a break and come back. But like I said, I gotta take care of this gambling stuff. Can a casino just give me a contract already? Can I just get a contract? Like, you can give me the money too. I'll just gamble with it. But even though I gotta keep somewhere, right? But yeah, all I need is a contract. That's it. Let me go play nice with some of the casino owners. They'll be cool with it, right? It's like all casino action. I gotta work with those guys, right? Slot Lady has an OnlyFans. I mean, like, she's not that old. She still looks good, so, you know, more power to her. Okay, well, what do we have after this? We'll have 8 games left. I'll probably do Michelangelo next, then maybe start Void Miner, figure out what this is about, go for the puppies, and I'll just have to decide what to do with these two. Oh, along the way we'll start this, whatever. I'd rather get it done all in one sitting if possible. It's probably not possible, but are the pictures this? You know what kind of pictures I'm talking about. Okay. Who would you pick? Now Gran is the cover girl. She's on the cover, the thumbnail. Yoon B? I don't like her hair. I don't know how to say it, Min Jung. It's alright. Sung Yi. Mao Suk. Is this South Korea? I have no idea. I'm gonna go with Sung Yi. Like, I think she has a good balance. Has a little bit of the features from all the other girls, like combined. She's like the Supergirl. And this person really likes Mao Suk. How many chapters? Oh shit. Who will be by your side in the end? Who's this? She looks like she's from a horror movie. Just saying. What is this music video here? What is this? It's a house meeting. PS5, PS4. That's good. I was cross-save. He would have mentioned Posimo. Oh, does he have a walkthrough on this one? Oh, I just remember the Kite and Cat one. Yeah, that's cross-buy too, yeah. We're almost there, guys. We're almost done with the single playlist. I fixed some of the boomerang videos and the songs. Trying to expand the number of songs I'm using. Cause like they're fan songs, so I think Hoyoverse did approach multiple people who made fan songs to like I guess cut the video. I don't know, something like that. Cause like that's why the majority of these don't have video. You know what I mean? But are you using the likeness of their characters and pictures and whatnot? I guess. Is that illegal? I don't know. Talking about illegal in America or where? Extradite someone for using their video game clips? And that's a big offense right there. It's $1 billion offense. My record has had nothing on it. Never been arrested. Worst that happened is I got pulled over. That's about it. So yeah. I remember like it was a police officer who pulled me and my cousins over. There's only like 4 of us, and they wanted us to put our hands like on the front seat or what was in front of us, so he could see our hands. I'm like, dude, you got 4 Asian dudes in a car right now. Like, we're not wearing anything gang related, so what are you worried about? I understand, like, that's his job and that's what he has to do or should do. But, like, I've never heard that happening to everyone else. I think we're racially profiled. They profiled us, man. Okay, guys. I'll be back probably soon because that will be the afternoon stream. This was sort of the morning stream. If it even fucking matters, but you know, I like to call them that. I was all proud of myself because I bought a spicy Mexican style chili, and I was gonna do a video about it, as in TCB hot saucing, but like I never ended up doing it because apparently I did already. So that was in a can. This one's in like a microwavable bowl. There you go. I hope all my bills are paid off. I think they are. Why does Gran keep looking so mad? Why is she so mad? What did she do? Who did what to her? She looks mad. She's got that resting bitch face. Alright, take care of yourselves and each other, guys. I'll be back.